And we're back! Believe it or not, we had a bit of a technicality issue there. I was not recording the first time, but you guys have no idea about that, so that's fine. Anyway,
Indeed.
Peter,
Well,
please.
you have an idea now, and we've just, having been shattering the magic of the episodes, we've now shattered the magic of the commentary.
Yes.
We're good at ruining the dreams of everybody around us, aren't we?
You can do better than us, everyone.
Yes,
Check your audacity before you press record.
absolutely.
And after, actually.
Anyway, better get onto the episode fairly swiftly because it's a short one, this one.
Yes.
This is, for real this time, the final appearance of me, Steve, Alex and Patrick all together in the same scene. And it was a bit of an odd one. We'd never filmed together in the snow before, so that was something a bit new, and we were fortunate this particular year to have such an abundance of it.
There was several, weeks, almost like a month's worth of snow just permanently around, so...
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
well, it is Scotland.
But that's meaningless unless you're up in the Highlands. Down in Edinburgh, this was a rare occurrence to have so much snow, and it was just so perfectly timed that we thought we have to do a winter episode of some kind.
Yeah.
Christmas special with all the holiday turkey and the awkward family moments.
Exactly.
Sort of.
Who's the holiday turkey in this? Anyway,
He'll be appearing fairly shortly. You'll know when you see
I
this.
have to quickly mention this. There's a bit of a thing I mentioned in episode 1 how Leon, Steve's character, is supposed to be this unstoppable powerhouse who can't be beaten kind of thing. Whereas Alzek nicely does a wee throw-in joke there. He goes, I think we've been operating a very good policy. If you can't beat us, join us. That's how you ended up here, Leon. And Leon goes, you did not beat me. Well, you most certainly didn't beat me.
yes. No, I think that fits the characters very well, to be honest, because Alzek has clearly more self-esteem issues than Leon does, so he needs to give himself that boost.
Yes. Now this is what the paper, wood, and steel countries look like in the winter.
Exactly.
Really difficult to tell the difference between them. I suppose it's kind of symbolic.
Oh, this is the steel country.
What's that one then?
This is the paper country.
No,
Yeah.
this one is the wood country.
But the whole point
there's-
was it was meant to be the place where not...
Oh! At the
it's
time,
before
at the
the
time of
developments.
episode 2. This is way back when. This is
Baltac!
yes. Here's the appearance of the only appearance of Alzek's father, and the one time when I at the time dropped the ball but didn't bother going back to it is that I don't credit myself as him at the end of the episode. But if anyone's in any doubt,
Wait, you mean
then
that's you?
if
I
anyone's
just wanna
ever any
quickly-
doubt, Sean, then wake up.
I just want to quickly say that it's not mentioned, nor is it canon, but I came up with this idea very recently. Baltac Chaudon acted as a sort of vigilante Batman-esque person for the Wood Country's king, and he has a racing snail that he can summon called Escargogo. That is all.
You should make that canon. I
I-
have no grievances with this.
I think if you look at the way I portray Alzek in this early scene, that he is genuinely suffering from the loss of both his father and the racing snail.
Yes!
What was it that actually happened prior to this scene? That's all I can think of now, unfortunately. So bring myself a bit round to reality.
What's happened before this scene is that Alzek went before the king, he took an audience before the king to pledge himself as the new royal bodyguard, as has been his family's calling for many generations now, although the king considered him not ready for it.
Right, okay.
And turned him down. And this is Michael, honest.
It's also me. Michael's the stand-in actor, and I'm doing the voice. I just do a very good Michael.
Yes, of course.
That's
That is exactly, how it's
the
going.
way it's happening. Yeah.
He does an uncanny redoing of my gun voice from season 1, better than I could do it now that I've grown up a bit in the voice. No, just for any of you who believe
Yeah,
that
well, I think
moment.
we've committed to this too long for people are going to start going, really? No, that is, of course, Michael's voice being superimposed onto Sean's body, which the head of which we are not showing because our makeup isn't that good.
It just adds to
Which-
the mysteriousness of Gun at this point.
It
as well.
does, and I think this
Yes.
is one of the few occasions where we can get away with this because,
Yes, and for the record, this was never meant. It was never meant to be ambiguous that this is Gun. If anyone who has been paying attention to the series watches this episode and does not go, "That's Gun," then well done for whatever you've been doing that's more interesting in the background. But
It's dying
Stop
with
it.
the cold and a better fashion sense.
I also noticed that all of the jacket's buttons are unbuttoned on Gunn's jacket. Is there a
that-
reason for that?
I
are they?
just get told to put things on and I put them on. Peter.
the buttons, but it's a zip up.
No, the buttons on the back there. See, like even the cuffs are
Oh,
all
I see.
unbuttoned.
That was just how it was when Sean put it on, and I didn't tell him
Oh,
to change
fair
it.
enough. That's fine. Because one thing was, Gunn always had all of the buttons done up in his season 1 appearances. So I guess maybe this was before. This is when he was less experienced and less powerful.
It was
so
a new
didn't button
jacket.
them.
He was trying it out.
Yeah. Anyway, no. I quite like this, and it's nice. This, I think, chronologically, is the earliest scene ever in the Ninjas. Is that correct?
That is not quite correct. The earliest scene takes place in the special episode way back then.
Oh, of course. I made that. Gosh, wow. On my own, for for goodness sake.
Are we not counting
Yes.
the flashbacks at the beginning of episode 5 then?
Oh, well, now that in fact that would be
Oh.
the earliest scene. Yes.
Is that before way back when? Or way back
yes. Yes, it must be because Kuma is human at that point. He has not yet turned himself into a bear.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
we'll say non-animated.
Yes.
Okay.
There
We're
we
discussing
go.
moments in the series that some people probably have no idea about at this point in time.
Correct. So, suffice to say that this episode is the earliest event story that takes place that depicts the life of one of the major characters in the mainstream
Yes.
series.
Yes, because the flashbacks all include characters who, while they are mentioned or sometimes very rarely seen in the series,
They come and go.
Yeah.
Being somewhat picky, I am in
Now, here's a lovely day where we filmed in the freezing cold and Sean got to throw snowballs at me.
Well, I think I
There
deserved
you
it
go.
given the fact that I had to wear your Converse for the scene, which
Yes.
had lots of holes in them. And we decided to take the most ridiculous route to get here, as in avoiding every single path that actually was cut out. in
Yes.
the
Can you
snow.
tell where the path is?
This is true.
Which meant by the time we got there, my feet were encased in ice, basically. So
Yeah.
I took every opportunity to lob snowballs at you as I possibly could.
If I tell you that mine were too, you're not going to take pity on me, are you? No.
It's fine. I'm
Um,
not used to cold weather by this point.
and if I can compound matters, first of all, you did get to knock me over a fair few times. Secondly, the fact that the shoes were full of holes was really incidental. The fact that they were Converse meant that they soaked up the water like nobody's business, and
is
your
also
feet were both soaked and frozen in no time flat.
And I had to make a costume change midway through this as well.
Ah, yes, that must have been fun.
In the snow.
Well, so did you, Pete.
I'm sorry.
So did you as well in this scene.
When?
When the ambition and what's their names? Ambition and
Guardian.
potential. Guardian. When
Guardian.
ambition and Guardian take their hoods off.
Let me see. I took. You're partially correct. For ambition, when he took his hood off, there was no costume change in there. I just filmed myself from the neck up.
Oh right, okay. Did you
for-
remove your scarf?
No, I kept the scarf on because otherwise you would have seen the blue jumper underneath.
Oh, okay.
It was really rushed, that bit.
Oh, fair enough.
And when I took my mask off as Guardian, I was just wearing the same costume but put the coat on over the top of it.
Oh right, okay.
It's
fair
worth noting as well that in this episode, Guardian and Ambition's names are never actually
Oh,
spoken.
good God,
at
yes.
all.
Yeah, this makes absolutely no sense.
Well, they
even if you
as
watch the
those
episode.
characters within the credits, in fact.
Yes. I think
That's where I got the names from, is because I looked up the credits. I think I was just watching this
Yes.
last night, actually.
within the context of the credits, Guardian and Ambition, as they came to be named, are the names of the two apparitions which come forth in this scene.
It's fairly obvious which one's which as well.
If you follow exactly what each of them's eventual role is, then I think it becomes pretty clear which is which.
Yeah. I have to admit, I kind of like Alzak's black and white glove thing, especially when he formed a seal there
Yes.
with his hands.
Well,
that was quite cool.
Unfortunately, because this is old school Alzak, right from back at the beginning, I wanted to have his old falconry style glove back.
Yes,
But,
it's actually a cowboy cavalry glove.
Of course, but since it was used as the glove of of the falcon, of the birds of prey, I can't think of it as anything other than a falconry
Glove. Yeah. Because we definitely still have that. In fact, we have a matching one now. We found the matching one just after we finished series 2, I think.
Right.
And I found, we've got 2 of these gloves. Oh, I can give it to Pete, and he can wear 2 of them now in his spin-off series. Of course, you had decided that he was no longer going to wear that, so I just didn't give it to you, and then you didn't have it. But I guess at that time you didn't expect you'd be doing flashbacks. But I'm fine with him wearing a different glove before that.
Yeah.
Because he would have probably... Maybe he picked it up off the Falcon's dead body. Oh, no, that's not possible because it's shown in episode 7 before... Okay, right.
Yes. Now, the only slight disappointment was that we didn't have that glove for the scene that takes place closer to the present day of the Ninja series at the end of this episode.
Yeah. Okay, right, I see. Neck up. Right, no costume change. Oh,
if you look at my shoulder, you can clearly see
Yeah.
that I'm in
I thought you were laughing at his voice. Now you can actually see his face saying it as well. That always made me chuckle a little bit.
Yes, I'm sure it did.
I'm going to take this moment to call out something which,
Go
I was
on.
to say it's my biggest gripe about filming in this series. You probably know what it is.
Yes, it's the glasses, isn't it?
It's the glasses, and it's very obvious in this one because of the white background.
Exactly.
Those glasses reflect so, as you can see, they reflect.
We're actually, right now it's okay, because it looks like the guy at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, we did our best to make sure that every time there was some sort of face-on shot of Alzik, there was a reason for a person to be appearing in front of him. Because otherwise there would just be some randomer standing there with a camera half the time, because it reflected everything. You can't see his eyes at all, and it meant...
I've done it, Sean, I've had to work with that for goodness knows how long as well, and I'm the one who put the glasses on him.
Oh yes, I'm
Yes.
perfectly aware
Sean,
of that.
meet your nemesis, the man who made those glasses a part of this.
I got used to it, but every time I had to make sure that I filmed it from exactly the right angle. Even to this day, I still have to do that.
Yes.
I'll tell you,
we're not
just
done with that.
this talk seems to have elevated into what Alzak's wearing and why he's wearing it. Since we're there, interestingly enough, if people have seen the first appearance of Alzak, which is episode 7 of the Ninja, the first ever series, Alzak also has one other costume piece edition, which I don't think he ever wears again. There was a small elastic band, sort of, like a waistband thing.
In my first appearance as Alzak, I had a black elastic band from the waistband of a pair of shorts, I think it was, tied around my head. My hair was so thick in that episode that you could not see it for the life of you, so I just didn't bother wearing it after that.
Yes, but you can tell it's there, and it did give his hair the extra poofiness I wanted to give. So we just decided to cut it from then on, so...
It's not the only piece of gear like that we have cut. As we mentioned in episode 1, Steve's bag quickly got lost at sea.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Now, I like this transition. All I had to do was go into the forest on a day when the snow was starting to melt and swing the camera from a part that still had a heavy amount of snow onto a bit of dry green grass. So this scene takes place I would say at the most days before Alzak's first appearance in the Ninja episode 7.
Yeah, so right now, Dine is in the middle of his hijinks, I'm guessing possibly fighting the invisible ninja Clutton right now, or training Galron.
Well, given what Gunn says in this scene, we know that he has received the Kaiser rank by this stage.
Oh yes, so he would
this
either
is
be
probably
fighting Clutton...
Galron's episode happening.
Well,
at
no,
this
it's
point.
entirely possible he was fighting Clutton because McGruff
That's
gave it to him
also
at the
true.
end of episode 4, and he defeats Clutton the Invisible Ninja in episode 5.
That is entirely possible. But at least we know the rough time window.
Yes, that's true. We know it has to be after McGruff has given him the Kaiser rank and taught him the Life Blitzer / Haggis Fist.
I think it's worth saying that overall, this episode, though intended as an episode to be posted at Christmas, actually wasn't posted until several months after the Christmas in which it was filmed.
Well,
Yeah.
given outside of the fact that there's a lot of snow around,
Yes.
there's still, no indication that it's really it's not really a Christmas episode. per
Quite.
se.
I used that excuse mentally to justify it. And just posted it halfway between Christmases.
I need to watch the original series again.
So do I. I need to find the damn thing.
We have the recap up,
Yes, there is at
which
least
is worth watching if you
a
haven't.
15-minute summary of events of the first 2 series. I should stress only the events that pertain to the Ninja spin-off. If you want
Yes,
to get
not-
the
not
full
every- it's
picture,
very
which does
abridged.
cover most of it, but if you want to get the full picture, then you need to watch the episodes, and for that we'd have to provide them, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, one quick thing to say just while that thing is fading out. That was not Sean as Gunn, was it?
No, oh yes, of course, that was Graham Clark who
Yeah,
volunteered to
yes.
be Gunn on that particular day.
Hence a
Um,
much meatier and musclier Gunn. He's powered up since the last time.
Yeah, I
You're
have.
insinuating something about my physique, Michael.
I'm just saying you're thin and stocky, Sean. That's all like me.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I happen to be helping Graham with a film-related art project of his own on that particular day. So he said he'd trade me in and play a character in a scene for me.
Trade you in. Gosh, it sounds like he's going to
Yeah.
buy a video game.
It's a rather interesting way of doing the credits, actually.
Yeah,
Probably because there's so many stand-ins and different people playing characters.
exactly, and I wanted another new take on the credit sequence, and I wanted to not require a great deal of effort because it was only a short special episode. So I hit upon this with the names flowing by in 3 columns as and when required.
Oh, and the song that's playing, since they're together, by Fumi Akiyoshi, I think, yeah, is ironically the episode opening theme song that was played in Alzek's first ever episode.
Yes.
Which is
You
quite
say
a nice
ironic
wee
like it's a
touch.
coincidence. I chose it because of that.
What?
Anyway, this has been Costume Talk.
Exactly. And we will
Sorry,
see
what
you.
was going on in that episode?
See you for episode 4, guys.